Once in a small town, there lived two brothers, Jake and Chris. They both dreamed of becoming great musicians. However, they felt trapped by their fear of failing and the town's small-mindedness towards music as a career. Jake, the older brother, worked at the local factory. He played the guitar every evening, dreaming of performing on big stages. Chris, the younger, wrote songs, hiding them in a drawer, too shy to share them. Both brothers loved music but felt caged by their fears. One day, a famous music competition announced it would hold auditions in their town. This was their chance, but fear crept in. Jake thought, "What if I'm not good enough?" And Chris worried, "What if people laugh at my songs?" The day of the audition arrived. Jake paced around his room, his guitar untouched. Chris sat by his desk, his songs still hidden. The hours ticked by. It was now or never. Jake glanced at his guitar, then out the window towards the venue. He felt a strange pull, a push from within that screamed, "Go!" He grabbed his guitar, ran to Chris's room, and saw him sitting quietly. "Chris, we can't let fear stop us. Let's go audition. Let's unlock our cage and break free." Chris looked up, surprised but inspired by Jake's sudden courage. Together, they rushed to the venue. The hall was crowded with other contestants, each carrying their hope and talent. Seeing them, Jake and Chris felt a pang of doubt, but remembered their pact to break free from their mental limits. Jake was called first. His hands trembled as he took the stage. The murmurs of the crowd went silent. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and began to play. The music flowed through him, his fears melting away with each note. The audience was captivated. Then, it was Chris's turn. He stepped up, his voice barely a whisper as he introduced his song, one he wrote about their dream. As the music started, his voice grew stronger, fueled by the supportive glances from Jake. His words touched the hearts of everyone in the room. As they finished, the crowd erupted in applause. The brothers looked at each other, a mix of disbelief and joy in their eyes. They had done it, faced their fears, and shown their true selves. The judges announced the results. Jake and Chris didn't win the competition, but it didn't matter. They had won something greater, their freedom from fear and the belief in themselves. That night, as they walked home, the streets of their town seemed different, as if they were walking in a new world. Jake said, "It's like we were in a cage we built ourselves, and all we had to do was unlock it." Chris nodded, clutching a copy of his performed song, now finally out of the drawer. "Yes, and now that we've unlocked it, let's never lock it back." From that day on, Jake and Chris pursued their music with new determination. They played at local cafes, events, and gradually gained recognition. Their story of courage spread, inspiring others in the town to chase their dreams. Jake and Chris learned that the biggest limits were the ones they set on themselves. And once those were gone, the possibilities were endless. Their life was their music, and their music was their message. Unlock your cage, break free, and let the world hear your story.